Greetings, listeners. I'm your host and game master this evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to this Just As Gear Studios production of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast. Last we left the crew, having begun their escape from the Poison Planet's laboratory, they came face to face with a new enemy, the Matriarch. Seeming to have control of the Hive on the planet, the crew escape aboard the ship only to discover a stowaway Shirren who only utters one word before passing out: Sloth.
Engineering, they're passed out in front of you. What do you do?
Oh. I'm assuming it's very, very wounded because it had a gash too.
It did have a gash, yes. It seems to be wearing remnants of one of the white lab coats that was reminiscent of the crew that worked at the lab station.
I want to do a medicine, perform medicine on it, or
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Roll a medicine check.
Well, that's a 1.
Oh, we'll start off rough.
Bad, but I mean, you all look bad, so it can't be that bad.
Okay, all right.
I don't know, you all got pretty messed up. Can't be as bad as what you guys went through.
That's fair. I'm going to hail the bridge.
It's a column on the wall.
All right, huh?
There's a column on the wall. Hail them up.
Okay.
We hear this over.
I'm not gonna tell them for you.
I know.
Is that heavy breathing that I hear?
I need help immediately. Engineering room now.
With what?
I found something.
Why are you asking? I go.
And I click it off. I don't even say anymore because I'm just gonna go to attend to it. Maybe try to clean wounds. Try to maybe look at the lab coat to see if there's a name on it.
Roll a perception check. I'm not gonna get you to roll a medicine check because you already
That's
rolled
a freaking 1!
I would use a different die.
Damn it.
That's my recommendation to you personally, because what's going to happen with a second one, this game is going to be so good tonight, is you turn off the intercom, you turn around, and you must have tripped on something, because the next you see is your vision going black.
Oh my god.
Shortly thereafter, you kind of wake up, and just for expediency's sake, I'm assuming what's going to happen next. You kind of wake up, you're laying in a bed with some neon lights above you, and you have been moved to your rather small med bay. It's not exactly, like, we call it a med bay because that's where you put the sick people, not because there's anything that can help them in it. But
nice, okay.
This room with a couple of beds, and you are resting on one, and your guest is resting in the other. Who would have gone down to help them out?
I think I had said I went down first. I went right off the bat.
I wouldn't go until someone said that there was another Shirren there because Klip-Tik found something in the engineering room. So my guess is it's an engineering something, and I don't care. But then once I know it's a stowaway, then I'll come.
All right. So, being that you guys do not know why would it be safe to say that you would all be there waiting to see when Klip-Tik woke up?
Sure. I've already got my fingernails clipped. That's what I was doing before.
You wake up to the most grating of sounds in the world as you hear.
Oh.
What is that?
You look over and Greg's got not normal clippers. They almost look like they've had some kind of goblinized little motor attached to them. And it's like a little hand saw now that he's using to cut his fingernails.
I would find that disgusting.
We're in a med bay.
Oh yeah, everything he does is disgusting.
No, I actually particularly find that so disgusting I want to throw up. that's what I want to do.
You're in a med bay. I'm sure we have a bucket somewhere.
We're in a med bay. It's supposed to be sanitary in here.
That's why you use the bucket.
Oh my god.
Says who?
Says this room.
I've been in a lot of med bays.
I just spent so long cleaning this whole ship.
Really?
It was disgusting.
Cool.
May I have some tea?
What? No. Oh,
Let him have some tea. I don't know. How do you make tea?
Who is this person in our ship that is not you?
I'll go make tea.
Yeah.
Leaves.
Why did you steal a bug?
I didn't steal anything. He was on the ship.
He was just... How did he get on the ship?
I don't know. I was walking to my room and he was there.
Is the other Shirren, is he just lying on a bed?
He's just lying on a bed, heavily, labored breathing.
I'm gonna tie him to the bed.
All right, you watch as
What are you
Laurel-
doing?
I'll either have already done that or be still doing it when you wake up, by the way.
Yeah. What are you doing?
He's a prisoner. He's stowed away. So he's now our prisoner.
Why are you tying him up?
He's our prisoner now.
But we don't know that.
Yeah, we do. He snuck onto the ship. Stowaways become prisoners. That's how that works.
He probably ran away like we did.
Yeah, onto our ship. You don't just get a free ride on this ship.
Oh. And then I'm gonna be a little peeved, and I'm gonna stomp over and just continue to try and assist this other Shirren in what I can for medical if I can.
You can try and...
I'm gonna
roll a
try and
medicine
roll
check.
again.
All right, you're going to have a -2 to this.
Also,
12.
he could be a spy.
12 total?
12 total. Oh wait, with sorry.
Yes, add your medicine and -2.
Medicine, that would be 18.
-2?
That would be, yes. 'Cause
Okay.
It's 12 plus 8.
He is, and it is a he, is rather... The wounds are pretty bad. Obviously not fatal, but left untreated, they will be fatal. So with some dealing with the wounds, you can begin the healing process. They're no longer on the verge of death or at the risk of death.
Okay.
They're still nowhere near 100%. But yeah, the only thing keeping them unconscious now is themselves. They can wake up on their own, or should you incite them to wake up, you can.
I'm going to incite them to wake up.
Whoa! Dude, could be a spy. I think we should be ready for this. I pull up my gun.
You just tied him to a table.
He could be a spy. She could move things with her mind.
Right.
You can move things with your mind.
Only limited.
Yeah.
So how do I...
I'm keeping the gun.
How do I try to...
It's not a roll thing. It's if you want to wake them up, just start nudging. Well, you don't have to roll anything. Just say, you want to wake them up? We'll kind of nudge them, almost like a poke.
Slap him. No. Don't. That was off the board.
And the Shirren kind of wakes and big blinky eyes looks at each and every one of you.
Where am I?
You snuck onto the ship, so you should know exactly where you are.
What? What? Okay. You're on a friendly ship.
Maybe. Who are you?
I am Avarice's Sloth.
I take the safety off.
Greg comes back with the tea.
I am confused.
He comes in with a tray that has a very nice looking teapot on it and 2 cups.
Where? What? I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Did
you spit in it, didn't you? I mean, like...
Greg brings the tray over to Klip-Tik's bedside and pours him some tea. It smells like space lavender.
Space lavender.
And slight chamomile.
Oh my.
I'm going to take the tea and offer it to our sloth friend. I'm so confused.
So are you telling me that you are associated with the Seven?
He drinks the tea.
You might not want to have that. I mean,
But that's none of my business.
I think this stuff is pretty disgusting, to be honest, but Klip-Tik seems to like it. I don't know.
Well, I guess this was no waste after all. You're exactly who we were looking for.
I was.
Yeah.
Why?
You are a member of a terrorist organization, first of all, and we were sent to find and deal with the members of this terrorist organization, so you will be dealt with accordingly.
Wow. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, good point. Where are we? What is that
left,
planet?
Have we left the Sylvester system?
The what?
and it seems like he's having like trouble speaking. It doesn't seem like his troubles from speaking come from any of his wounds. He just has difficulty speaking.
Can I check to see how much this guy, like, how much of it is true and how much of it is bullshit?
Roll an insight check. Yeah, go for it.
Sense motive. I'm really good at that. It's pretty good.
What'd you get for sense motive? Tell me.
26.
26. At this point, it just seems like his injuries, his current days of where he is, and just the fact, just some of the questions that have been asked to him so far, doesn't seem like there's any kind of lie to it.
Great.
Whatever it is, it's just his physical, just him physically. And he also seems relatively frail. Frail enough that this doesn't come as a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Great. All right, so I guess this ship wasn't a waste. We came to get exactly what we wanted, and it was, for the most part, you didn't put up a fight at the very least.
Yeah, about that. What in the name of the unholy 7 black ships was going on that planet?
I am not at liberty to say.
You aren't at liberty to not say anything. I do believe last time I checked, you were strapped to a bed surrounded by people who would have no problem killing you.
But why would you kill me? I've stowed away and escaped in the middle of no. How did you find us?
That's not important. Tell us what was going on there. And I lean closer and I just sort of, I just kind of like lean slightly against his injured side.
Is that necessary?
Yep.
And I'm gonna try and pull her arm away.
I will say, Laurel, you're gonna roll an intimidation check, but it's gonna be at a -2 from Klip-Tik kind of engaging with it.
That is at 14.
That's with everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's 13 plus 3 minus 2.
He's very, just you approaching him seems to really, really shake him, and then getting close to his wound shakes him even more. Seems relatively unfazed by the fact that Klip-Tik's even helping him out and kind of pulling you back. The fear is more overcoming than anything else.
I was gifted. I just worked there.
Does gifted mean something to you, Clippy?
He was given to the current Avarice.
Oh.
The leader of the 7.
There is no current Avarice. It is a vacuum. There is a stand-in for my lord, but...
Who is your current lord?
We simply refer to her as the Matriarch.
So this Matriarch is part of the 7, then, is what you're saying?
No, she does not hold the honor. Just is in position until the time is right.
So she's a substitute terrorist.
Time is right for what?
For the 7's mission to be done.
The 7 have a mission?
As far as I was aware, they just ruined it. Endless destruction. Do they have some kind of goal?
It's at that question that for the first time, like, he is in pain, he is frail and scared, and at that point he smiles with a nearly sadistic glee, or as far as you can tell on the obscure face of a Shirren.
What would you like for me to tell you?
You don't have a choice.
I will speak to you our sermon.
Oh, great, a sermon. Fine.
I think we've sat through one of these already, but it wasn't helpful.
What gods do you believe in?
Why do you care?
We've heard this before.
No, seriously, just... What mission? What are you trying to do? And what was with the swarm down there? No one's seen the swarm in ages and lived to tell about it. What is going on?
Which question would you like me to answer first?
All of them. I don't care. Just someone tell me something. I didn't get to shoot enough things today.
This has something to do with Shirren, the god of the drive, no?
Who?
Shirren?
Oh, Triune.
Triune.
Yeah.
I know how to pronounce that shit.
Oh,
Whatever. It's fine.
Triune.
Triune.
Triune, yes. The Triune is it's a quick refresher course because I'm not sure if everybody was here at the time that conversation was had. Triune is, as far as the history of the Pack Worlds go, is the most recent god to have ascended to the pantheon of gods in the galaxy. And as most of galactic interaction is based off of the Starfinders from the Pack Worlds going out and finding new planets, the pantheon of what was originally Galarian seems to be the primary pantheon of gods that everybody tends to be indicted into. Triune was the most recent being to have transcended into the plane of gods, and this was shortly around the end of the gap, and it was upon their ascension to godhood that the knowledge for drift travel was transmitted to every creature across the galaxy. Anyone that has drift travel was directly was because someone in their race directly, quote unquote, was in communion with Triune and gifted this to them. So he's considered the most commonly revered god nowadays. Most people worship Triune, and he's often referred to as the All Code. And when you were talking to Jovac, he had mentioned
his sermon.
He mentioned Triune specifically in his sermon, being the most recent god of relatively within the past 500 years to have ascended over, the thousands and thousands of years that have been lost in history.
Yeah. And so I bring that up now into this sermon.
Yeah.
He is one of the false gods. There is no god.
Edgy. So are you saying that the point of the 7 is to become a god? I feel like that checks out with everything else we know. This isn't special or new information.
And he gets like a almost insulted look on his face.
Become god? No. There is no god because there can be no god.
Okay, so we just got a bunch of atheists. Dope, cool. What does that have to do with your plan or goal? Are you trying to kill gods? Is that what you're trying to do?
It's pushing further when you ask him questions beyond the ideology of the 7. Then he really shuts down. So I'll get you to roll a diplomacy or a persuasion. Which one's that one? Which one do you have? The non-intimidate one. Diplomacy.
Dang it. Okay, I won't do.
Unless you want to do something intimidating and trying to intimidate him into it.
No, I'll do diplomacy. I'm not being mean yet.
Okay, you're the good cop. Laura was the bad cop.
19.
Laura wants to shoot something because she doesn't like running away.
23.
And that was through diplomacy.
And you say you're not as good at that.
I'm better at intimidation by 3 points.
He looks at you and he opens his mouth to say something, and he goes,
Are you looking to help us?
I'm looking to understand, as it were.
To understand is to help. Will you?
Sure. Give me your sales pitch, and I will roll a deception check on that.
Please do.
Oh my god. No, deception is not one I get to. Natural 20!
Oh, shit. So did I. What's your...
Really?
Dude, yeah. So what's your actual skill?
For bluff?
For bluff, yeah.
9.
9?
So 20 plus 9, 29.
Okay. He goes to answer, and he just makes uncomfortable eye contact with you.
Did he get a higher point than me? That's broken.
I rolled a natural 20 as well. It's all based on the skill.
How does he have more than a plus 9? Plus 9 is so high.
And he goes,
do not appreciate being mocked.
All right.
I poke him again, but this time like with the barrel of the gun, just kind of like give him a little shove, and like, you're gonna answer our questions, and you're gonna tell us what you were doing and what your plans are.
Why are you so interested?
You're done asking questions, and I'll take out. I guess would I have like just like a regular knife? Just like a.
Do you have a knife on you?
I don't know. I just have a sword, but I don't want to. Seems like that's extra.
That
It's
seems extra. I love it.
I'll take out my pistol and just like pistol whip him across the face.
Whoa!
Okay. Roll to hit, I guess.
Roll to hit him. He's tied to the bed.
You get a lot of bonuses to it.
That's a 7.
That's enough.
Okay.
As long as it's not a 1. Roll d4.
I don't want to knock him out, by the way. I don't want to knock him out.
Yeah, I doubt you'll deal enough damage to knock him out in one
D6.
hit.
Oh, sorry. D4, yeah.
D4 plus your strength.
Just 2 then. I have plus 0 to strength.
Okay. So you
Or plus
smack
1, sorry.
upside
3.
the
It'd
head.
be 3.
Cool. So you smack upside the head. And the next intimidation rolled on him will have a plus 5.
All right.
Whoa, D.
I'm done. You're wasting my time. Who is this false god? What are your plans? What is your goal? And I'll roll an intimidation check.
Roll intimidation and add 5 to it.
It's an 11, 15, plus my intimidate is another plus 9, so that's 24. 24, is that right?
I think so. You rolled 11 on your dice.
11 plus 5
Plus
is...
5,
Sorry,
16,
25,
25.
plus another 3, 28.
Good lord.
28
Wow.
intimidation.
Oh my god. It's
I'm intimidated.
he is quivering and shaking on the gurney.
We seek to find the tools the Triune used to ascend.
Fabulous.
Like what?
We're not sure, but it had to be something.
So what was with the swarm? Because that was messed up. So you know. You are messed up, and that was messed up.
This swarm are a pet project of the Matriarch.
How long has this project been going for?
Before I was tasked with supervising her.
You didn't do a very good job, did you? I just gestured to the massive gash on him.
Well, this may be all part of the plan.
Well, for now, you've played right into our hands, and now we have a free... How much money do we get from you, I wonder?
Every time you've submitted a person to the warden so far, it's been 1,500 credits.
1,500. Free 1,500 credits walked right into our ship.
But how did you find this Vesta system?
Something tells me you'll find out in about... Oh, how long do you think it will take us to get to Purgatory? Within the next few weeks.
Well, it would have taken you a good long time to get to here from Purgatory. The only reason why you were able to get here at a good time was to use the heap to help you. Because right now, it would take you... Oh yeah, no, it would take you 18 days
Oh.
in drift.
We're
With your
in
current
drift right
drift
now. We're
motion.
just not going in any particular direction.
What course did you set when you hit drift? I think to go back towards where you last left the heap, if I
think
understand
so.
Yeah, I
correctly,
think
right?
so.
Yeah. So if you were to just kind of extend your direction past that, it would take. Actually, no. If you're going to. Sorry, no. The Purgatory has a giant crystal inside of it, similar but not quite as powerful as the one that's in Absalom Station. So leaving there would have taken you 18 days to get here. But getting back, it will take you just 7 days.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
From any distance. It takes you 7 days of drift travel to return back, unless you're closer than that.
Okay. Well, looks like we've got a week-long road trip, friend. I think we're done here.
I look at Klip-Tik. Do you think he knows anything else he's not telling us? I don't know, you can do a mind thing, right? I don't know what mind things are. Mind things are weird.
What do you feel about this individual, Klip-Tik?
Give me a second here, because I don't know if the spell that I have works that way. Because I have a spell where I can tell him things, but I can't pull things from his mind.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. I don't have a spell that really does that, but I can talk to him telepathically in his own language, but he's not gonna, I don't know if he's gonna tell me anything of interest. So, I don't know. He seems very confused and brainwashed to try and telepathically do anything may cause me more harm than him.
Then don't worry about it. But you're saying this individual might be brainwashed?
Like, would a cult be a word back? Like like a cult? Would that be a thing?
Roll a sense motive check on him, I guess.
Probably like a religious.
A freaking one!
Oh, that's a new dice too.
Probably like a religious fanatic.
Greg looks up from his origami. He's been sitting on a storage crate nearby.
You reading like a word of the day calendar or something?
I might have took one that belonged to Chef Blue.
Cool.
Either way, let's keep on task with the new terrorist leader of some kind in our midst.
I want you all to roll a perception check. You're having this conversation in the med lab, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody roll a perception check. Let me guess, a 1 from you, Lindsay?
15, shut up.
15? Okay.
13.
13?
14 for Greg.
24.
Woo!
Everyone nice tonight.
All right, so only Diantha and Klip-Tik hear this, but as you guys have your own private conversation, your guest seems to be muttering words to himself, like almost like praying.
I'm not going to give any attention, but I'm going to listen in as this conversation is continuing.
Okay, with a 24, I would definitely say that you are able to also kind of bifurcate your focus so that you can hear kind of what he's saying. Klip-Tik, you'd have to actually break what you're doing and move over to him to hear anything further with a 15. But Diantha, you, from where you're standing right now, it's a lot of whispers, and some of it seems to be broken, as if he's not entirely saying it all out loud. Mm-hmm. You do know that Shirren speak primarily in telepathy. Mm. And so being that he has to actually engage the telepathy to converse with people around him, it's kind of coming in and out broken. Mm-hmm. There are some keywords that you take in, phrases that cherish the concept of continuing to pray to enlighten the rest of the galaxy. That's showing the rest of the galaxy the truth of things, is basically praying to have the strength to continue to do this. And Jovak's name, the Avarice, gets brought up quite a number of times.
So I don't think he knows anything else about this Matriarch chick. He doesn't seem like he's all that there. Clippy doesn't think he can get anything else out of him.
We don't need anything
I say we
else
knock
from
him out.
Yeah, I'm done with him, but we don't need anything else from this guy talking about the Matriarch. We have Klip-Tik right here.
I'm going to go up to the guest, and I'm going to gonna go up to the guest and be like, "Where were you originally from?"
Originally, like, where was I born?
Where were you? Yeah, well, actually, we'll say that. Yes, where were you from?
My newest birth was my true birth was upon the great ship of the long lost Avarice. May he rest in peace.
What happened to your lost Avarice?
He was killed by filthy pirates.
How long ago was this?
Oh, he just said 10 years ago.
It does line up with the amount of time that Jovac has been in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Captain.
The captain let everyone think that she killed him.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You said your true birth? What about before that?
My life before the truth is inconsequential.
I think that's what he meant when he asked you, where are you from? So you better answer his question.
I have no life before.
Is there anything to inject said creature to go to sleep?
Absolutely.
Knock
Can
him
I
out.
do that?
Roll a medicine check. And don't roll a 1.
4. I got it.
You
Wait,
can't
no, I
seem
have
to
plus 8.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, add your stuff.
That's 12.
That's 12. That is enough. You have a syringe of some anesthesia. You give him, and as you give him the anesthetic, he actively tries to resist it.
Want me to punch him?
He's
punch
behind the table.
Yeah. So easy to hit.
And with that, he is actively resisting the urge to fall asleep from the drugs. You can hit him again with the drugs, or just hit him again. It's up to you.
I'm actually going to punch him in the face.
Okay. With the intent to knock him out?
With the intent just to knock him out, yes.
Okay, so just roll. Tell me what you get.
13?
Okay, so it's not a 1. I just got, even if they're in a static position in situations like this, I like to roll for it. But technically, because he's tied up and incapacitated and you're not in combat, it's an automatic critical. So roll your unarmed attack, times the die by 2, add your strength.
Oh, okay.
So I think your unarmed attack is a d4. So you roll that, times it by 2.
D4.
Okay, so yes, I did the same thing
Yeah,
that you
that's
just
what I did.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, 2.
Total?
Yeah.
And then add your strength, which is probably 0.
Yeah.
2 damage. So 2 damage. So you punch him in the face, and you all watch as Klip-Tik gets frustrated and just, with his twiggy arms, kind of.
Ow!
All right.
There's a knockabout.
Grex gets down from his storage crate, and he's not sure if this will work, but he walks over to the other side of the gurney, kind of looks at Klip-Tik, his eyes squinty and kind of just shaking his head a little bit, and he pulls this kind of sketchy-looking cloth out of his bag,
Oh no.
and he just holds it up under the equivalent of
Oh
whatever
my
Shirren's nose would be.
Instant knockout.
You just keep it there until he goes unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't have the ability to physically, so eventually I could just roll until he goes to sleep. It doesn't matter. So he resists it for quite a while.
Okay.
And it's actually kind of disturbing to some people that are staring. It's just the activeness of him trying not to sleep until finally whatever is on your rag, I'm assuming it's some kind of, like, you have something that can knock someone out. Or you're
It's
just...
Smell.
It's just something. It's just something.
I'll say it knocks
It's
him out.
our little mystery.
Okay.
The
Your
grin on
Shirren
face
guest
when you
is...
And once he's unconscious, Greg pulls the thing away, stuffs it back in his bag, looks at Klip-Tik, shakes his head again, and then walks out and leaves the room.
If you come out with a rag that wakes people up, I'm not trusting you at all. Because that's never mind. That's gross.
That's not how he wakes people up.
Oh, okay.
The ship is weird.
Anyway.
You guys are weird.
Anyways, back to the game. All right.
Why did you want to know where he was from?
I just curious, and then I'm gonna start walking.
Not this time. Grabbed.
Yoink.
Should I roll a strength against you, or are you just gonna let me grab you?
Would you resist if she grabbed you?
No.
You got him.
No.
You've done enough running. What do you know?
I'm gonna just sort of herd people out of the med bay.
Yeah, we'll go to
and
the
then close and
the
lock the
bridge.
door behind us.
Yeah, we'll go to the bridge.
So we are while he's unconscious, we're still not having this conversation in front of the prisoner.
Yeah, we're going to the bridge. To the bridge.
To the bridge.
What a coincidence.
That's where it is.
Did you guys walk to the bridge? Greg's there.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's got like a little bunch of like dinosaurs and origami all lined up on the dashboard now.
Origami of dinosaurs?
Are you
Well
wearing
played.
are you
Hawaiian
wearing
shirt?
a Hawaiian shirt?
No.
Damn it!
No. Greg only wears solids.
Doesn't go well with
I'm
the
so happy.
complexion.
No.
The olive
love it.
complexion
Patterns
in
give
you.
him headaches.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
So good.
you're disrupting the seriousness of this
Sorry.
conversation.
Yeah, anyways.
That's what Griffin's good at.
Sadistic
Oh
mother.
my gosh. Okay. We're good. I brought us to the bridge at this point. What do you know?
I just wish to know if he came from where I was from.
No. What do you know about the Matriarch and the Swarm?
I know nothing of the swarm, but I know of the matriarch.
Okay, so you know about this Matriarch. Who is she? What kind of connection does she have to the Seven? What kind of connection does she have to you?
And can I shoot her next time? Because, I mean, I tried. I'm pretty sure if we'd had more time, we could have just smoked her.
We had an
That would've been
entire
fun.
army of bugs coming after us.
Yeah, but I mean, we have a ship with guns.
Did
Sorry, I just have one question for him. She is ultimately powerful, right?
Well, can you define ultimately powerful? I let your imagination run wild.
Oh, okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. All right.
Your entire just as a quick this is just information for Klip-Tik there. So you
here's
were
our plot.
like, yeah.
here.
Klip-Tik might tell you all this. He might not, but you know what?
I do have my backstory printed out all in front of me right now.
It's imagine imagine what you think of certain things in your childhood and how much
I was yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
What my persona would have been of her from a child's
Yeah,
perspective.
so
Okay. Yeah,
it
no,
could
I
be,
get it.
they could not be. It really depends on how the times have how life has affected
Okay. Right. Okay. Great.
everything.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's a very vague answer.
It is a very vague answer, but I think I understand.
Yeah.
What? So, we're on the bridge, right?
Yes.
I'm not walking away, but I'm going to slowly sit down
okay.
in my chair because this was something I wasn't anticipating as my person that this was ever going to happen because I ran away from all of this. So I'm going to quietly sit down and be like, I never thought I'd see her again. It's been too long. She's an awful, god-awful, fearful, hateful thing. She, took me from what would be my father figure and trained me to use certain powers to torture Starfinders for the Seven.
What was like? I mean, that sucks. But what was her goal in that?
What I remember was she asked questions from these Starfinders about a specific star system. What that system was, I don't know. Didn't ask. The creature that is in the medic bay was very similar in mindset to what I was.
How'd you get away?
My mother figure
Parental figure.
parental figure, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Parental figure tried to take an opportunity to take me away. But we did not make it. She tried to have me torture my parent. And in a split second of hesitation, my parent took the opportunity and made a distraction. And I got away. with the help of another youth in that area. I wanted to know where he was from, if he came from Apostate, to know anything of this friend.
You guys escaped together and then...
No, he stayed behind.
How long ago was this?
I'm trying to remember how long ago I
like
said. I think
40,
it was like
40 years.
Yeah, because
40? How old are you?
Yeah, that's right. We age differently than humans. God!
Oh my god.
Holy...
Okay, shit.
Oh, I love it. I love it
realize,
so much.
didn't realize we were hanging out with an elder over here. Okay.
Shut up, Greg gets it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only like 4.
Inside and out.
Sorry. Going back to that answer. It happened 40 years ago.
Whoa. Okay. I kind of give a really awkward smile.
That does put Klip-Tik as the oldest in the group
So
by
you
a significant margin.
Yeah. So you worked for the 7.
I was trained by her that she worked for the 7 and used us.
All right.
What was your friend's name?
Crass.
Because, I mean, do you think he's still okay?
I don't know. As we saw in the medic bay, if that one was working with her, you saw how she treated him.
Yeah, but he was like a general or I don't know, like he was Avarice's stoogie.
We were just toys to her. A thing she could use. She had no room for anything other than power and hate. She just, all right is evil. And killed my parent, Tactic.
I apologize for your loss.
I get up, I go in the kitchen, and I grab a bottle of something alcoholic, and I bring it back with me. And I pass it to Klip-Tik.
Space booze.
I will take it, but I'll probably actually just put it right onto the counter. I won't probably take it. I feel I'm most likely what Klip-Tik is going through is so traumatic. He's probably feeling sick, recounting all of this. So,
And then I kind of pat you awkwardly on the shoulder, and then go sit down.
So this Shirren individual behaves in a similar manner that you did at the time?
very, very similar.
Were you ever considered one of these sins?
I just only knew what we were told to do, but I was not considered a part of any individual of the sins.
How did you get snapped out of it?
There's a thing in my culture called soul name. We all have one. But what it is used for, or what Tactic used it for, was she told me what her name was and gave me all of her senses, all of her emotions, all of her love for me. And it snapped me out into the reality that is. She was honestly, my parent was honestly the best that I could ever have. And I didn't even know it until it was too late.
So what do you suppose we do with this Shirren we currently have?
He seems very delved into it. He seems to have almost like a pleasure into it. I don't think we can probably knock him out of his belief. The only thing we can do is be patient and keep asking, and quite possibly using the same tactics maybe I had to use one of Starfinder's.
You don't need to do that.
I would prefer not to, but it's drastic, and she She's here. She's present. That's a big deal.
She's someone we have to deal with. Because we can turn around and bomb that place from orbit. Would we have bombs?
No, we definitely don't have bombs.
Can we get bombs?
We cannot get bombs. It is not in our budget.
I probably know a guy.
We don't.
He doesn't like me very much, but
I don't know if
He
you
doesn't
realize.
like you.
he doesn't have to know that we're borrowing anything either.
For the amount of times you crash this ship into something, and no, we are not tying any sort of explosive device to this ship.
So good.
What about handheld ones?
got some
We have
grenades.
grenades.
But I mean, I would need more grenades.
We don't need more grenades right now. We're getting off topic. We're getting off topic.
The only thing I know of her, or where we were from, was from the planet Apostate. That's where she was resided for years until now.
That's the planet of the Drow, yes.
Yeah, it's the Drow
Yes.
homeworld, correct. Yeah, for what you guys know of Apostate, most of the pack worlds, like the basics of each world within the pack worlds, is more or less basic knowledge to most people. And that, it is the home primarily of the Drow. And there's a lot of parts of the planet that are actually undiscovered. A lot of mysteries behind the planet of Apostate and independent organizations that are all trying to find out what secrets the planet holds.
I just don't know what. So this Matriarch has always been involved with the Seven, then.
From what I remember.
But she doesn't have she's not listed as any of these sins. So what is her? Is she the current replacement for Shovak?
I think she's her own messed up thing.
There's a connection there somewhere.
Why did they call her the Matriarch? She doesn't sound very, very mom-like.
Yeah,
No.
that's.
She's a deceiver. She, as I said with the creature there, in a sense of brainwashing, made us feel like we were her children. That's why we never questioned anything. She
That's
was
all.
also very dangerous.
Corruption
That we
runs.
didn't want to cross her at any point. That's what happened to my parent.
This is all really, really heartbreaking.
Jesus.
What I want to know, are you, so,
Oh,
she
God.
was, no,
I can see the numbers swirling around Laurel's head right now.
because you guys, with, other bugs, are not like those bugs that were down there, though. Because,
You're talking about we're not like the swarm.
well, no, they have their whole hive mindy thing.
She didn't just take Shirren. She took a number of different cultures and species. It wasn't just us.
Oh.
I mean, she is Drow herself.
She would ask things for payment. Another thing why she was called the Matriarch is there was a hospital on the planet. And how we got involved was my parent got injured on the planet and couldn't pay. So she asked us payment for us to look after the patients at the hospital. And when I became a certain age, she took me away.
This hospital is used to lure and kidnap.
So I say we blow her
Or
up.
an abatement, essentially.
I say we take this sloth guy to purgatory, let him get what he deserves. Because, I mean, from the sounds of things, he's turning on his own people. I think you would want to see him suffer. Then we go back, we burn that place from orbit.
We don't have the.
Guy get some guns.
We don't have bombs on our ship. I don't know what.
Well, okay. I think honestly, it should be Clippy who says how he destroyed this matriarch chick. Clippy, you want to go to Greg's friend to get some bombs?
Be
I want
honest.
to go to Greg's friend to get some bombs.
I honestly don't.
You
want
can't
to see
bomb
that
a
mess
planet.
Much
again.
of a friend. It's just like
We aren't bombing a planet.
Guy with
somebody
bombs.
in this warehouse. I know where it is.
We're not bombing a planet.
But it's for Clippy.
We're not bombing a planet. It does not turn out well. And also, if you can't blow up a planet with bombs.
So I have a
You
question.
can blow up part of it.
We are.
I have a question.
What, Greg?
Greg's got his hand in the air.
Yes, Greg. What do you want?
So, like, the swarm. Do they normally, like, follow orders from anyone who, like, isn't swarm?
I'm gonna kind of stand up and start pacing. There's another thing I have to say. On the planet we came off of, I don't think the swarm wants to follow her orders, but can't not follow those orders. I heard voices. I heard them and they all said save us. And the only creatures I can think of were from them.
You're being brainwashed.
That's a little concerning.
Nothing about the situation isn't concerning, but for now, we can't do anything further with that planet. It's a ghost planet. The only thing on there is the swarm and the Matriarch, and I don't imagine she's going to be there when we get back.
But if she's not one of the 7, then she's not one of the ones that Jovac wants. So, or wait. No, the Warden wants. Yeah.
The Warden.
So, I guess, no, I want to shoot her because I didn't get a chance to earlier. But
I think that's
she hurt our friend. So it's Clippy, it's up to you.
I honestly think running is a good idea.
Oh.
There's some fights that are bigger than where we are right now. I assure you we'll get there at some point. That's usually how things go, but for now it's not a smart idea. We should take this Sloth individual to Purgatory, and maybe we can talk to Jovac about his relationship with the Matriarch.
Can we maybe not give him to that android that was there?
The what?
The android. Can we not give him to the android?
Why?
Because I think it would be a really bad idea.
Oh, do you mean the one that you went downstairs with?
Yeah.
Riforian. He was a Riforian.
Was it Riforian?
Riforian, not an android.
The dude.
Why? What did he do?
What hasn't he done is the better question.
Whatever they did with the guys who brought him before left Greg and Flinch really shaken.
It's not a good thing. These people are literally terrorists.
I mean, I don't care. We're getting paid.
That deeply uncomfortable with that, Greg?
Well, I mean,
would you prefer that I go down there instead?
I would be okay with the Jovac kind of having to happen to him because he's really boring, and it would probably make it more interesting. But, and I mean, the last guy when we went down there, he was a real douche, so that's probably okay for him too. But this guy is just well, I mean, they're all crazy, but he's just sad.
So what do you suppose we do with him instead?
I didn't really think past that part.
I figured as much.
Wait a minute. We still, we have an opportunity here to get paid. After that, we can do whatever we want. I mean, I want to get paid again after that. So, and so hunting these guys down for the Warden is kind of the best way we've got right now. But, I mean, we have options. We could do all kinds of things.
We could totally jump the campaign.
Why don't we take him back to the heap to the captain? Let her talk to him.
I don't know what good that would do.
She knows more about Jovac than any of us.
Okay.
Maybe he'll actually make sense to her.
I don't know how I feel about bringing a wanted, horrible criminal onto the board of the inaugural heap.
What's he gonna do?
I hate to tell you, but I think that might be the majority of your employees.
I don't believe any of you have committed terrorist acts.
I kind of shrug.
Also, as I said that, and I look at
I
Greg,
just
sense motive check on his Greg response to me calling him, seeing if he's a terrorist.
Just sense motive, everybody.
Greg's gonna roll a bluff check. He only got an 11.
Okay, so I probably beat you. That's a 9 plus sense motive plus 7, so that's 16.
Yeah.
Plus 3 is 19.
I think you have to be able to spell terrorist in order to be one, don't you? Like, it's kind of like a requirement.
Are you lying right now?
What?
I rolled a 19. You have to tell me if you're lying or not.
Oh. He's pretty bendy with the truth.
You can whisper to Diantha any one fact you'd like that, well, I mean, that she can kind of tell that isn't what you've just said.
You can write it if you want.
Yeah, you can also write it down. Basically, Diantha learns something connected to what you've said that is not what you said.
Anyways, as I'm gaining this information via pencil and paper,
Look, you're a lot older than me, so this is weird, but I'm really sorry that your childhood was so terrible, and I'd really love to shoot someone to help you with that. But if you don't want me to shoot her, I don't know what else to do. I can make you some tea.
I would love
sorry.
tea.
I kind of pat you awkwardly again. Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then I guess whatever we're gonna go drop. Are we dropping this guy off? Because he's still a criminal, and we're still getting paid for it. That's my vote. A lot of.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Let's rest.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna head toward the kitchen and start making some tea.
Great. So are we going to the inaugural heap or are we going to purgatory?
I think we should take him to purgatory.
I also vote purgatory. Greg?
You guys are the ones taking him downstairs. I'm not going down there again.
Greg looks visibly uncomfortable. Like he's usually pretty laid back even when he's being shot at, but right now he looks horribly disturbed.
It's fine. You don't need to do anything you don't want to, Greg.
I'm gonna follow Laurel into the kitchen to grab my tea that she has lovingly made me.
It's not made very well.
I think
At
it is
this point, it's
There's
probably
loose
better
leaf
than
in there.
whatever.
She literally just took a handful of some of your leaves, threw them into a pot or into a
It's
cup,
okay,
and
you
then poured
just
hot water on
hear
it.
me sipping, then I'm sipping it through my
Mandibles.
mandibles, so that I don't get any leaks.
That's gross.
Thank you.
That's gross.
I'm going to bed.
It's gross.
Yep, I'm going to sleep.
All right, so you guys are headed towards purgatory.
Thank you for listening to this Twisted Gear Studios production. The next episode of Spacers will air Tuesday, September 17th. Until then, Tuesday, September 10th, is the next episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast GM'd by Derek Snow. The game system used today was the Starfinder game system by Paizo. Music, sound effects, and ambient tracks in this episode licensed by Video Copilot, Triune Films, and Sirenscape. You can find all of Twisted Gears' podcasts on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow the Twisted Gear Studios' Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, Elizabeth Wells, and Bailey Yarkey. Your audio operator tonight was Rob Hickey, and I was your host and GM, Zach Barrett. If you happen to be in the Fort McMurray area, you can find me at Tavern on Main every Monday at 7:30 p.m. for trivia. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.